Thank you for jumping on with us for our Tri-State Trends podcast. I got my man Stephen Means of FFL Metamorphosis, who has been what I've seen as a key cog in that organization, helping that organization on a fast pace and track to grow. But, you know, I see, Stephen, a lot of things, and all of these, every leader needs leaders, right? And you're that, you know, since I met you down in Atlanta that day. I literally had to stop because I was like, this dude is a player. This dude, you know, he knows the lingo, he knows business, he's got business acumen. He's definitely here to win. And, you know, it's great having you on this podcast, man. How you doing, brother?
Man, I am doing well. And first of all, I just really want to say thank you for the invite. It's definitely I think one of the major honors in FFL to be able to be here with you for all that you have accomplished. And I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. And I'm glad that, you know, you've positioned yourself to continue to serve your team. You know, Kayla talks about you with such a glowing, you know, so much, you know, glitter in her eyes as far as what you've been able to do for her, how you've spoken life to her, and how you've helped her continue to, you know, grow. And, you know, it's nothing but joy to have encouragers around you and to have people that believe in you around you and to have people that will remind you, hey, we all need reminders, my brother, day in and day out, you know, what we're here to do. So that's striking to me, and, you know, I appreciate you for that. But you're doing things, you know, that are producing a result, and I want to get into that. You know, from a recruiting standpoint, you're really adding a lot of people to the organization. What are you doing from a recruiting standpoint to get that type of traction?
Well, first and foremost, it's all about having a recruiting mindset and really understanding what you want. You know, the great thing I love about this industry is that we can serve in many different ways. And when I came here, the motto was this: protect the family, save the agent. And I really bought into that. You know, I attended that first builder school here in Atlanta, and you and Sean was on stage, and you all were talking about, and this resonated with me. There's over 2 million licensed agents in America. There's 1 million, at least, life license agents. And so what better people to save than those who actually already have a license, and then teaching them how to go out and save the family. You know, and so I just believe in building a big army of people who want to serve. Everybody doesn't have the same focus. Everybody don't have the same mission, but we all on one team. I just want to serve a lot of people. And so that's what we focus on, going out, finding agents, licensed agents, preferably first. And then we also train and develop agents because all of us was unlicensed at one time. So it's about the opportunity.
I love it. So that's coming from a straight place of selflessness, which, by the way, in order to grow in our business, it's hard to be in the people business and with people so much on a regular basis and not know what your motives are. Like, so when you are serving or out serving people, you can grow. If you're not, it's very difficult to grow. So that mindset is amazing from the start. Let's get down to the actual pragmatic day-to-day nuts and bolts. What does that look like? Because, you know, you're bringing in, you know, 2 to 3 licensed agents a day, and I want to know exactly what are some of the things you're doing to do that.
Well, first of all, it starts with me. If you're going to grow something, you have to go out there and do the work initially. And so that's what I do. I focus on getting on the internet and finding licensed agents, whether that is just scouring through the internet of people who are posting and you're researching. And see, we have some tools today that we didn't have when we started this industry. Social media. You can literally put in licensed insurance agents and names will start popping up. Whether you're using TikTok, you're using Instagram, you're using Facebook. But another resource is also going to the different state insurance websites. And a lot of times you can find names and numbers there. And then it's only about sorting from there. Mark, my whole thing is I'm not trying to convince people to join us in business. I'm looking for those who are looking for me. So it's real simple. Are you open to potentially having more contracts and potentially having higher compensation? If they are, let's have a conversation. Let's do an interview. Let's find out what your goals are. What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? How can we assist you? Not looking for nobody to leave anything that they're doing. But here's one thing that I found. The more you help a person realize what you can do for them versus what they can do for you, where they are or where they were just doesn't stack up to what we have here. I believe that we have probably the greatest business in American history today. When you look at everything that we provide, it's almost crazy to be somewhere else, because it's all about leadership. And something that someone told me years ago, a weak team will make a strong leader look weak. But a strong leader can make a weak team look strong. And so we have to be both. We have to develop a strong team, but you have to be a strong leader. And here's what strong leader means. I'm there for my people. You know, I look at time as an asset. So I expect a return on my time. So I'm looking to invest time, because we can always get more money. But I got a couple more years than you do on the roller right now. I can't get back more time. So we're really focused on building, training, developing people to go out and lead their own team so that they can create financial independence for them and their families.
I love it, man. It's so good. And, you know, as you said, you know, you're a little older than me. And it's something that I'm starting to understand, like, for real, is this time's all I got. I ain't got,
come on.
You know what I'm saying? It's all I really have. And not what's more real than that is I don't have time to waste. See? Right? I don't. And now I'm starting to learn this high level, because the schedule's loaded quite often from early morning to late night. And I don't have time. Hey, I'd much rather not be bothered if it's not going to produce fruit for somebody, right? Which that's a newer place for me in life. So the value of time is becoming very apparent. I was never confused by it. I always worked a lot. So I understood that time compounded when you pounded time. But now, as I heard one person once say, what kind of things do you think about? He said the answer was less and less. You know what I'm saying? The older you get, it's like, love you, but I hear you. So now you're taking this approach with your recruiting and with you're looking for people that are looking for you, right? You ain't got time. I ain't convinced, hey, brother, I gave you a bone. I threw the rope out. You said you didn't want it. There's a lot of people that do.
Right.
So,
and you know, I'm going to tell you, one of the things about having a recruiting mindset, my daughter, 24 years old, she's an RN, Elisha, but because I have a recruiting mindset, she saw what we were doing. I invited her, I recruited her, and she went part-time working in the ER to build this business full-time with me. And my 16-year-old daughter, Elissa, she knows that when she turned 18, she got 18 months, guess what? She gets an insurance license. Because mom and dad are building a business that we can pass on to them. It's not about how much we can make on the front end, it's what are we building for the back end.
Amen.
It's about legacy. You know, I appreciate each and every integrity partner, but you all didn't get there because of personally helping only families. Right. You went out and served a lot of agents and showed them that life can be not just different, but better. So you all have laid an incredible foundation and track record. And I love the fact that we're a 10-year-old company. It shows it don't take forever to do it. And so now I've been reading The One Thing. I was already on one thing, or now I'm just dialing in on that one thing even more than so. So I can't wait to see what the end of the year gonna look like.
When did this start for you and your wife? When y'all started, producing, bringing agents in?
Actually, it started from the very beginning. I was in another industry doing credit repair, actually. And I decided to get my license because a lot of my clients didn't have life insurance. And so I said, okay, well, fine. That's something else I can add on. And then the company I went with, they went through something after about 5 years. And so we just started focusing on insurance even more, but we already had started building and bringing people. I've been a recruiter all my life. I recruit for Jesus. I recruited when I was in corporate America. I worked at school, so I was in admissions. And I recruit here. This is what we do because we know that a few people can do a lot. And I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts versus 100% of my own. And if you help enough people get what they want in life, we'll get everything in life that we want. Zig Ziglar. Love it.
That's huge, man. And I think I love it, living. And I think more people need this energy. It's amazing to me how daunting recruiting becomes for people. It's like, I don't understand that. I don't understand it. It's, we're casting a net to help people. We have goods. We have goods. We have the goods. Why would we not want to continue to share the goods with people who need it? Who need it, who are looking for it. They're out there every day. They're working 2-3 jobs. They're trying to find meaning, more purpose, more income, more value. We have an answer. I'm not saying we have the only answer, but we definitely have an answer. And some people don't seem to be as passionate, Steve, as you are about making this a mission every day.
Listen, Mark, when I joined this industry, I was in a situation. I first got licensed in 1999. That was the first time. First time. I've been licensed 3 times. So some things you just kind of like, okay, bro, this is your calling. Quit running. But when I was introduced to this industry, it was literally after I had served in the military for 10 years, went to work for a corporate American company, and that 24-year-old daughter I was talking to you about, she was born in June, and I was laid off in November. And I needed something that I could always make sure I could take care of my family. And this industry did it for me. And so it's not an opportunity, it's an obligation.
Wow.
People are going to bed crying at night. I was listening to a statistic. It said 68% of people feel like their income is going to go backwards over the next year.
Wow.
And we have this incredible opportunity that someone gave us, but it really boils down to, you use the word selfless, but most people are selfish. And they don't want to take time to invest in people because it's really discipling. Because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. See, a lot of people got a license, but a lot of times no one is trying to help them and pour into them. Because if you don't do it exactly this way, I'm out. Well, you just might have to spend a little more time with them. And so we just live on the 80-20 rule. We spend 80% of our time with the 20%ers who want the help now, 20% of our time with the 80%ers and things like Zoom. But a person can go from being a 20%er to an 80%er or 80%er to a 20%er at any given time, and we're going to be there to support them.
That's a mouthful. That's a mouthful. But listen, there's a lot. First off, this is our Tri-State Trends podcast with Stephen Means, and it's very clear that he's trending with the information that he's spitting. It's very apparent, the passion that you bring, and I think it's contagious, and I think it's needed, So whatever you're, putting fire to, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for jumping on with me for our Tri-State Trends podcast, Steve. I'm looking forward to having you on some stuff here. I'm also excited about what the end of the year looks like for you. You're crushing it, man. Thank you for bringing the heat today.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you so very much. Look forward to doing more things together.
My man, God bless. Thank y'all for listening. Tri-State Trends, Stephen Means, y'all.